So where you don't ask for a lot.
Yeah.
Eh, okay. Lawyer who also keeps poultry. What is kindling? Mm-hmm.
Kindling is very
Good evening once again. Welcome to the Insight in Heaven talk where voices meet ideas. I'm your host, Princess Shiva, and tonight is very, very special. We are hosting 1, 2, 3 of the youngest farmers that started farming at the age of 5 years. Thank you so much for watching. Just always and subscribe, like, comment, and share on the graphiglowhaven channel. Thank you so much. Let's welcome our guest.
My name is 𝒂𝒓𝒐𝒏. I am in primary 5 class. I am 11 years old. I am a farmer.
My name is 𝑦𝒏𝒔𝒊𝒈𝒄. I am in primary 5 class. I am 12 years old. I am a farmer.
My name is Jotham. I am in primary 2 class. I am 9 years old and I'm a poultry keeper.
Thank you so much for tuning in on the graphiglowhaven channel. Every Monday at 10 p.m. we are always live with the young generation that have hands-on skills and are ready to face the world. Thank you so much, Jotham, for honoring our invitation on the graphiglowhaven channel. And this is our guest who started farming at the age of 5, at the age of 5 years. That's when he started farming, and he started with the poultry keeping. So thank you so much, Jotham, for admiring the farming and the agricultural sector. So what inspired you to start farming? Who inspired you?
My dad and mom.
So what poultry would you keep? Like young birds or old birds?
Old birds.
So how many birds did you start with?
3.
Okay. So did you get the money to buy them, or you found them there?
My father bought them for me and then I started rearing them.
Okay. So did you take care of these birds for eating, for selling, or for just for eggs?
For selling.
Okay. So from what class did you start growing at the age of 5?
I started growing rosemary, but when I was growing it, it failed me, but I continued growing it until I mastered it. Now I have a lot of it.
Okay, that is interesting. So what do people use rosemary for?
They use it to put in the shower and then to make it work.
Okay, is this also used like, or what else does it do?
Herbal.
Okay, to use it for herbal medicine, that is interesting. Okay, so what have you gained from farming? What do you think, like, if that person is not doing farming, then they are missing out? What have you gained from it?
I have gained their money.
Okay, so what do you use that money for? Do you use it for eating, like taking your friends out, like eating like buns or what? What do you use it for?
I use it for keeping in the bank.
Okay, so how do you make it? Like young, at your age, people, at your age, you keep money in the bank. Okay, so how did you start saving in the bank?
I started saving in the bank when I was 5 years old.
Okay, like, ah, some things are challenges. Like, how can a young child eh, start saving in the bank at the age of 5 years? This is so much inspiration. Okay, so why do you keep the money in the bank?
I keep the money in the bank. When I grow up, I use it to do my work.
Okay, so what do you think young children are missing out on this?
They are missing their money.
Okay, so I think young children who are watching you realize that you're missing out money in farming. Okay, what do you want to become in the future?
A lawyer. Eh?
A lawyer who also keeps poultry. Eh? Okay, that is interesting. Money. What advice do you give them as a young farmer?
I tell them that they farm, and then if they farm, they will get money from farming.
Okay, that is very interesting. So, thank you so much, Jotham, for honoring our invitation and even inspiring young children who are a young child banking, like saving money starting from the age of 5. Okay, what will that child have at the age of 18? So, young children are missing out, and I think your dream will come true. Thank you so much. Let's welcome our second guest, who is called Joel Poetriga, who started farming also at the age of 5 years. And this young one who started farming in the sector of rearing rabbits, like rabbits or women. So, Joel, how long have you taken while rearing these rabbits?
Yes.
6 years rearing rabbits. So what inspires you to rear the rabbits at that tender age?
Uh, my parents,
Okay. So they bought for you the rabbits or you used your own money?
they bought the rabbit
Okay. So how many rabbits did you start with?
with one.
And now you have how many?
I had many, but I sold some. Now I have five.
Okay. So you have been selling rabbits, but you get money. So where do you put this money? Do you eat it or you take it as food?
I saved it.
You save it. Okay. Why do you save it? Why do you save the money?
Uh, time.
Hmm. Okay. So how did you come to decide that I have this time for books and I have this time for rabbits?
Uh, I time myself using my watch. I prepare like specific time for reading and preparing for the rabbit.
Okay. So if this rabbit sometimes gets sick, what do you do?
I have very many rabbits, so we have their medicine.
Okay, that's good. What skill have you learned from rearing rabbits?
I've learned kindly.
So what is kindling? Eh? Mm-hmm.
Kindling is when the rabbit is given birth.
Okay. Like, okay. How do you do this kindling? How the process? How do you take it? How long does it take, and what do you do for it to occur?
I it takes 1 month.
Okay. So prepare the rabbit for kindling.
I say
Where does
the,
it go?
the hatch.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You clean the hatch and this and you feed it with the
Okay. And then okay. That is interesting. So if you have been earning money from rabbits, you sell, eh? So do you only sell?
no sell cook rabbit for customers.
Okay. And you get your money out. So what advice do you give to the young children who are watching us?
To start like a business, you buy one rabbit, you buy like a male and a female, ah, and then they keep on producing, and then you sell, you earn your money.
Okay, that is interesting. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation on the graphiglowhaven channel. So welcome Aaron to this show, and I'm excited that she started farming at the age of 5. It is so interesting. Most young people there watching it. So, when you started farming at the age of 5, what inspired you? How did you start farming?
I saw my parents practicing farming and I was inspired.
Okay, that is interesting. So, what could you do at that age? What did you do? What did you start doing as a farmer?
I started planting sauerkraut.
Okay, soursop. Soursop. Those who don't know it, it is called the 𝒂𝒏, right?
Yeah.
Ah, I don't know. So, if when you started planting the 𝒂𝒏, how long does it take to grow?
It takes at least 2 years.
So, for all the 2 years you're waiting,
Yeah.
you're watching the soursop grow. So, in that process, what do you do for it? What do you do so that it grows very well?
You mulch it.
Mhm.
You also keep on irrigating it.
Okay, that is interesting. A soursop, because I think it is a tree and then it takes a lot of years to grow. And okay, that is good. What forced you continue growing this soursop, and even if it takes 2 years, but you kept on moving and you're like, I will still grow this plant and make sure it grows very well.
Um, because many people like it and it, it has leaves which are sort of herbal medicine and it is expensive, which can bring income. That's why I can't stop growing it because it gives me income.
Okay, so this income, which income do you earn? Do you like, why do you want to earn income?
I want to earn income to, to earn a living and to save money for future use.
Okay, so where do you save your money?
I save my money in a bank.
Bank. So in this process of like growing soap and monitoring it, caring for it, so did you at one time feel like you have to borrow money from your parents to buy something to cater for it?
No. The money that I save, the money that I use.
So where you don't ask for a loan.
Yeah.
Eh, okay. So if you don't ask for a loan and use your own money, now what if this plant starts getting sick? How do you get that much money?
Mm, um, as I said that the source is much expensive,
Mm-hmm.
so it costs a lot of money.
Mm.
A seedling costs 5K. So when I keep saving that money, it keeps on increasing. So I get a lot of money which I use to buy pesticide.
Okay. So when you okay, meaning when it becomes sick, you spray.
Yeah.
Huh? Hmm. So in this growing of crops, do you always seek for advice from your parents?
Yes.
For what? Because I think.
Because
Hmm.
when I'm going to mix the pesticide with water,
Hmm.
I don't know the amount of pesticides I have to put and the amount of water. So I seek advice from my parents.
Okay, that is interesting. So you are student and you study, right? Because I think, yeah, in pre-fire and you have to read books very seriously. So how do you balance books with farming?
I make my specific time for book
Mhm.
and farming.
So, you talk about books and farming. Don't you play?
I play.
What do you play?
I I mostly play volleyball at school, but at home
Mhm.
I mostly play football.
Okay, that is interesting. So you are a farmer, you have a talent in football and volleyball, and again, you save in the bank. Oh, hey, hey. So why do you save money in the bank? Why don't you keep it at home?
I don't keep it at home for good reasons.
One reason.
Rats here steal my money,
Okay.
and sometimes my money, when I keep it here, the theft can take place.
Ah. Ah. Okay. So is it why you take the money in the bank? Okay. So how long will? Okay. What do you see in 5 years? So okay, 10 years come. What do you see yourself becoming?
I see myself becoming a big person, a big farmer who will be known by everyone, and also a rich man.
Okay, that is so interesting. The dream is so big and the inspirations are so many. So Aaron doesn't keep his money at home because anything can happen. So that is interesting, Aaron. So what how do you balance these financial responsibilities? Like what do you choose to do and not choose to do on this issue of having your own money?
I choose saving, but eating money all the time, going out. I don't do those things, but you do it once in a while, but not too much. I mostly save my money.
Okay, that is interesting. So, if you have been saving your money, and I see you have your younger siblings, right? So, how do you care for them? How do you care for them if you don't want to eat that money?
If I,
Because I think you are there as an older brother, so that you entertain them, you make them happy. So, how do you make them happy without giving them that money?
um, my me and my brothers who also work, also earn money. We combine some small money and buy something interesting like toy cars, and we all become happy.
Okay, that is interesting. Because I think as a young child, if you have responsibilities, then some of the children be driven by eating, and then they get that money, they take it at school. When they reach at home, they are asking others to borrow them and what. So in these crops on the farm, which other crops do you grow?
I grow pomegranate,
What is that?
just sweet something like this.
The ones they call it komamahanga.
Yeah,
Okay. Continue. We interpret for the viewers.
and also lemon blush,
Ah,
lavender,
ah,
oregano, and cactus, and also aloe vera.
aloe vera is rukaka. Don't ask me about the others because I don't know how to interpret them. Yeah, but so in growing these crops, why do you grow them? For what?
I grow plants because they give me herbal medicine, they give me fruit, and others are source of food. I cook them.
Okay, that is interesting. So it's because growing of plants and crops, it sometimes crops get sick, right? So how long do you take to monitor that this plant is okay? Let me wait for it to grow. Then this plant is affected by pests. How do you do that? How do you do the monitoring?
Um,
Every morning and every evening when I go to water them, I take them every morning and every evening when I go to water them. And when I find they have holes on their leaves, I automatically know that that plant is sick. There are some plants which you find the fruit is rotten inside. When you just break it, when you see inside, you find when it is rotten. That is a sign that it is. When I find out that they are sick, I spray them with insecticide or rabbit. Uh, so you don't stop on rearing rabbits, but you also use it to. Yeah. So if you use the rabbit spirit, okay. How does it really work? You get the. Uh-huh. Just I don't know how you measure it, but when you put too much urine and you spray, the leaves of the plant can burn. Okay. So you have to measure. You put urine and too much urine. Okay. So those who have rabbits, please, the urine it is used for preventing plants from being attacked by pests or any insects that are harmful to the plant. So thank you so much. That is so inspiring and interesting, and it means that you have gone deeper in farming. Okay, so like like any other farmer, what thing do you think like if I add this on my farm, I will earn a living or I will earn money from it. I also want to add a garden of coffee, um, hot pepper, onions, and tomatoes. Okay, that is so interesting. So you also think that those ones will give you money? Yeah. So your aim of farming is about getting money. Ah, at that young age. Why don't you feel like you're young for that? No, because I believe in myself that I can get money without anyone giving it to me for free. Eh, so Aaron says that he wants to get money without anyone giving it him for free. That is very interesting. So young children are always at school, children go to boarding and I also think you're in boarding. So how do you manage being in boarding and then you have a plantation at home to take care of? My brothers here take care of my garden when I am at school because for them are the scholars. They go to school and come back in the evening. Okay. So do you pay them? No. I don't. How do they work and you don't pay them? No, I don't pay them because they are my brothers. Sometimes when I'm back from school, I bill for them if they enjoy. So still they don't work for free because you have a package for them after the term. Okay, that is interesting, Aaron. So if that's how you're doing it, so what if your parent comes now and says, Aaron, Munang, I want this free soursop. Can you give it to him? No, I can just reduce for him on the money. But until you get the money, that is very interesting. So, what advice do you give to the children that are working out? I tell them that it's not too late to start your own business because you can still earn a lot of money and which will help you in future. Okay. Thank you so much, Aaron, and thank you, viewers, for watching us and liking the Insight and Having Talk, where voices meet ideas. We are aimed at promoting the young children who have talent, the young children who have hands-on skills, who are inspired by what they see, and they are ready to achieve what they want in their future because they have earned money at a tender age of their living. So we call upon you parents who have children that can do best in the field and they can do well in their talent. Please call us. The number is in the bio, and let your child tell the story of what they want in life, of what they are doing in life.